Hello everyone and welcome to Ferris Sports Update. I'm your host Rob Bentley and thanks for tuning in. On today's show we'll recap the Ferris State football spring game, we'll check in with Bulldog softball and a special segment recapping a championship year for the Ferris State Bulldogs. We'll start with Bulldog football and head coach Tony Annese. Coach, welcome back to the show.
Thanks Rob, happy to be here.
This past Saturday, a beautiful day at Top Tiger Field, the spring game. Just talk about what you saw out of your football team on Saturday.
Well, it couldn't have been a better day, honestly. The game I've let people know was kind of secondary, but the part that I really enjoyed was obviously the climate there, the feelings people have towards football on campus now. I couldn't feel better about it. So got a great group of young men who really represent us the right way, an awesome coaching staff, and now kind of campus and alumni base that is on fire about what the prospects are. So couldn't be happier about what happened and couldn't feel better about the future.
Before we go to some of the highlights, some special events taking place. Obviously, the big event in conjunction with the game. You had honorary coaches, Brian and Jeff Carmody, honorary captains with the basketball and volleyball teams honored. Talk about all those activities that went on.
Well, just trying to get as many people involved with the game as we can. The students have really done well to kind of be energized about supporting us, so doing it with the big event. And we had our O-line and D-line get up at 6 in the morning to help them unload trailers of equipment. But it's a huge activity for our students and a great service project for them. So we want to be a part of that, and then for them to be there and supporting us is awesome. The Carmodys have been incredible people for us, just in a lot of different ways, and so we wanted to make them feel part of it even more than they ever really have. And then men's and men's basketball and women's volleyball are GLIAC champs. So for us, and tennis is now on course, and so for us here at Ferris State to celebrate all of the successes, it's just incredible. We're the athletic department has kind of done some things here that I don't think people thought would happen, but we're a family together and we enjoy supporting one another.
As we go to some of the highlights of the spring game, obviously a chance for some younger guys to get some experience. Some guys held out, and just talk about the performance you saw out of some of the guys.
Yeah, we held out Justin Zimmer and obviously Jason, but people, Dylan Roney didn't play, Darkangelo didn't play, Dawsey didn't play, so there are a lot of guys that didn't play, but the guys that did play, Robert Thomas III was a guy that we're really excited about. We call him Juice, but we call him Juice when he's good and Bob when he's not so good. So I call him Juice more so than Bob because he's been really good for us. But you see a couple of his clips. We're excited about him. Scotty Andrews, another guy that made a lot of plays for us, scored a touchdown coming up. Just a great athlete in space. And both those guys were redshirt guys, and so we wanted to see what they could do. Trevor Birmingham is the quarterback there. Here he's throwing a touchdown pass to Scotty, but he's the kind of guy that has just so much skill for us and has been so patient. That's kind of the mark of our program now. We're just, that's our young guy that was in our first recruiting class, and now the first recruiting class has really done very well. Corey Ironouts and Trevor and Chad Burnside, we moved him to offense. He's playing tackle for us. He did a nice job. Kyle Kajawa, you'll see him on here. I think he catches the ball here. That was good timing. But he had a good game. So all in all, a lot of people moving around and a lot of things to be excited about.
Obviously, with Jason Vanderlun being one of the guys held out, a chance for Trevor Birmingham, Landon Grove to take some snaps. How does that help your team develop some depth in the fall?
Well, Trevor's been so patient. He's been here for a while, but he's just a great football player. So, sometimes I tease Jason, and I say, everyone thinks we win because of you. I may not even play you this year, but Trevor's got unbelievable skill. He throws the ball just incredibly well. People that come and watch our practices are like, my goodness, can that kid play? So he's great. Landon, Landon's waiting his turn as well, and he got a lot of opportunities and played pretty well on Saturday. And Jalen Brooks, we wanted to play more, but he ended up tweaking his shoulder, so we're going to see what that injury entails. But on the second play, he was in, he hurt his shoulder. So But all in all, a lot of good with that quarterback unit.
Obviously, with guys like Scotty Andrews, Robert Thomas III playing well, and all the returning experience you have, how tough is that going to be in the fall to really divide up those minutes?
Well, like Antonio Agers, who's now going to be a 4-year starter for us, and Jamel Lockett, who's been incredible for us. Those two guys didn't touch the ball one time, and we have on the outside some great receivers, Kenny and Shaq, and another guy that's really going to shock people is Malik Taylor, as good as any athlete we got on our team. So he's going to be, touching the ball with opportunities to do well. Jahan Brown didn't play, who was electric for us this year. So a lot of great players that didn't play, and a lot of good ones that did. And so, we're really excited about the future.
Talk about the scoring format, offense versus defense, and modified scoring system. How did that work out for the first time?
My mom was mad. She's like, I didn't even know what was going on. So, and she knows football pretty well, but I don't know. I looked up at the scoreboard. We were ahead at halftime offensively. I'm like, geez, we just got stoned. But I thought the defense really outplayed us in the first half, and we were ahead like 17-6 or something. So obviously it favored the head coach. I think I had my assistants sort it out, and I think they said, geez, we're better off to let Tony be happy, so let's let them win. And I think that's how it worked out. So.
32-26 the final. The offense gets the defense by a nose at the end of the ball game. Just talk about the spring as a whole. What progress was made for the Bulldogs?
Well, our defense has outplayed our offense all spring long. They've got a lot of depth there. They can roll in with 2-3 deep and really physically handle us. So I'm excited about that. I feel like, defensively, we're on real solid ground. Tavier Thomas is a defensive back that we're like, oh man, he can really play. And Javante Alexander played well. Add Jaleel Canty to the mix, and those are a real big emphasis for us to get our secondary. Troy obviously didn't play, coming off ACL, so Troy Smith. So we feel like there's a lot of good players. Casey Zenner played for us last year, and Willie Smith played for us. The list goes on guys that played last year. Darko didn't play in this day. Devontae McGregor's another guy. So we got a bunch of young players, and the D-line's really, Corey Arnouts has really been an unbelievable guy. We got Jason Severson, who's a kid from California, a JUCO kid that we like a lot. So we're feeling pretty confident that we've got a lot of depth built and a lot of good players.
I know this week, obviously the football lift-a-thon, a chance to hand out the GLIAC championship rings, and then into the off-season. Just talk about what takes place between now and the start of fall camp.
Yeah, I'm going to have that ring on. I normally don't wear rings, but I'll have that ring on for recruiting, and then I'll take it off and put it away. But we'll use that as just, like you would, I mean, it's hard to be, 10-0 in the GLIAC, and it's a point of pride for us, and we really worked hard to be 10-0. It was like a grind at the end, so it's a point of pride. We want to certainly make our kids feel like it was a significant accomplishment, and just we want to build on it. There's a lot of good feelings about what our guys have done on and off the field, and so we're proud of them and their diligence academically and their willingness to support community service projects and fellowship Christian athletes stuff that we do. And so all in all, we feel great about all that, and we just want to build on it and just have a great summer and get excited for the fall.
Well, Coach, congratulations again on all the success, and certainly a great spring, and looking forward to next fall.
Thanks, Rob. I appreciate it.
We'll be back with more Ferris Sports Update right after this.